Mic test, mic test. Alright, if you're watching us here today on a Saturday morning, welcome. Thank you so much for tuning in. You are watching basically the Home Team Paintball 2018 games, Home Team Paintball Games. Yeah, this is an inter home team event here at Red Dynasty Paintball Park, Singapore. And basically we have 4 Singapore Police Force, Singapore Prison Service, Immigration, and SCDF, Singapore Civil Defence Force, competing here today in an inter-home team paintball challenge. Basically all the 7 um, departments of the home team are invited to join this event, and we can see them in the field that they are having their briefing. You can see them on the right there, and they're having a briefing, and soon we'll be commencing the first game. The first game will be against SPS, Singapore Prison Society, versus Singapore Police Force. So I repeat again, we got Immigration Checkpoint Authority, ICA, Singapore Civil Defence Force, SCDF, Singapore Police Force, SPF, and Singapore Prison Society, SPS. Right, so we have these 4 departments which are part of the home team here today, who's going to challenge it out in a paintball competition. We have a 5v5 format and a 3v3 format. So yeah, good luck to them. Let's see who is the best home team paintball champion this year. So if you're wondering, how do you get, if you're part of one of the 7 departments of the home team, and you're wondering how do you get into this event, do check out our Facebook page. We have linked the organizer, who is Zahid. He is in the field right now. I'm not sure whether we can take a peek at him. He is there doing his briefing to his participants. Basically, he is in charge of this event, and if there's anything pertaining to the recruitment, the joining of this event, and how do you get your department on board, you need to contact him, and he'll basically help you get that sorted. And we hope to see you here maybe next year, or I think there are other like SCDF, inter police force events here in Red Dynasty that we held as well. So yeah, get in touch with Z, aka Zahid, and yeah, we hope to see you here. So yeah, so it's great to have the department sending their teams here to compete against each other. Right, so as I mentioned, there's 7 departments of the home team. Let me just mention the 7 departments. We have the police force, we have the security department, the internal security department, we've got the SCDF, we've got the ICA, we've got the Singapore Prison Society Service, we've got the Central Narcotics Bureau and CNB. Yeah, we don't have them here representing. We hope that we'll see them here next year. And then we have the home team academy as well. So yeah, so we hope to see all 7 of these departments being represented by a team here in the paintball. I'm sure it'll be easy to find five players to represent out the entire department. So yeah, we hope to see them all here. So yeah, so we're gonna do safety briefing, we're gonna do game briefing, so we're gonna explain to them what the rules, just a rough briefing, know what they're supposed to do. If I'm not wrong, there should be a flag in the middle that they need to grab, and then to bring that flag, which is like a piece of cloth, to the opponent's starting frame being the bunker that they start off with, which is right at the end. Let's go into a quick commercial break, recalling what happened in 2015.
Thank you to all of you to come down here from different agencies. Okay, I think you deserve a big round of applause. Thank you very much, guys.
Last collection. Last collection. Come on.
We are starting with every player catch the frame.
We are from Bedok North NPC, Team Delta. We are Breakout
From Bishan Fire Station.
Dali Frontiers, and this is our second year. Great.
Where you guys from? You're from ICA.
ICA,
I
alright.
check all.
Okay, my name is Raven. They will introduce themselves. Okay, my name is Clayton. Mas. Ivan.
Alright, where you're from?
The main aim that we want to support such activity is that we want to bring the home team officer together, right? We want to bring the different home team officer to not only play together, but because when you play together, you get to know each other. Down the line, when you work together, we work better as a home team, and our operation will be better. So today, I'm actually very happy to see that there are so many home team officers from different departments coming together. And I would like to thank the organizer for doing a very good job. And you know, he has got strength to stand. So please give up a big hand for him for doing such a good job and organizing this for you. So we look forward to supporting this event more in the future and growing it even bigger. Thank you very much. Have a good weekend.
Next team to stand by, we have Team Falcon and Kepala Pistol. Please connect your markers and stand by. Team to stand by, SG Frontiers and Crimson Reapers. SG Frontiers and SG. Okay, go! Okay, thank you very much. Round of applause to Keith. Thank you, Keith. Okay, we'll send the episodes right now.
Okay, one for the video.
Thank you, Marcus.
Like the attention, girl, I know you. But you're everything I want in life. We're fighting danger like kung fu. The love I feel is deep inside. The others don't matter. It's honestly us against the world. We're the perfect team. You're my dream, but I just want.
Alright, so we're going to be starting the first game in a few minutes time. Getting the first two teams into the field. That's me. I'm Dominic here, your commentator for this event, Home Team Paintball Games 2018. Right, so the first two teams which will be entering the field will be SPS, Singapore Prison Service, versus Singapore Police Force, SPF. Right, this will be the first 5v5 game. Right, we're just about to see a player enter the field. Yep, there we have the first player entering the field. Alright, so if you're watching us here this morning on a Saturday early morning, we thank you so much for tuning in.
Sir, you need to go out, sir, you need to go out. Oh, yeah.
Alright, so both teams are ready. Singapore Prison Society versus Singapore Police Force. First game, 5v5. Both teams at the starting frame. Hey.
My friend, I watch from his Samsung TV, you know.
Also, what's your friend name? Afiq. Yeah. Thank you so much for watching your Samsung TV. Thank you so much for watching it live. Please share the link, share with everybody else. Alright, first game, 10 seconds. Try me? Come on. Okay, yeah.
What's this?
This is a live feed, so we are live feeding on YouTube for everyone to see. So we got the first game started, which is Singapore Prison Society versus Singapore Police Force. You are from?
Singapore Prison Service.
Alright, thank you so much for joining me.
Yeah,
Your name again?
Rosli.
Rosali.
Mirzali.
Mirzali.
Yeah.
Okay. Mirzali. Alright. You see you're from the prison.
Yeah.
Cool. So you're supporting the
Yeah,
you're
man.
part of the team, right? You'll be playing
Cool.
later?
Later.
Alright. Awesome. Have you all been training?
I think some of us. Yeah. We are all recreational players.
Great. That's awesome. Alright, so both teams are playing quite safe game, taking out the back bunkers. No one seems to be wanting moving forward, but the police force do have a player in the snake. Now looking down, moving up, bumping another bunker. This is on the Dorito side, so it's that side.
Cool.
Yep, so we're looking at the Dorito side now. We've got another player bumping up from the police force. So police force definitely on the attack. They've got they're down the two flanks, both shooting cross side. Oh, one player from the prison society gets shot out. So down to 4 players. Good communication there by the police force, calling out the bunkers where the opponents are. Let's switch now to the snake side. We see this player about to looking like he wants to move up, and another player down from prison side. So prison is down by 2 players, so down to 3 players. Right, another player out. Alright, just another bump up and another so there's these 2 players are just one bunker away. Well done. So we're looking at this last player. Oh, and there's a train off. The trade off in the Dorito side. Player not so happy with the decision called by the ref, but ref does have the final say. And we see now the police force finishing up the game, but he's making sure that there's no one left before hitting the sign frame and getting the first point. So congratulations, Singapore Police Force getting the first point. So let's switch to us. Hey, thank you so much for joining me here. So yeah, tell us how you've played paintball before, definitely, right?
Yeah.
You've joined in some of the previous events.
Previous training sessions.
Training sessions, but not any of the events that Zahid has done previous years. So yeah, they've done this for quite a few years, where we get all the home team, the 7 departments down, and we have paintball challenge. So yeah, so it's great to see players from the police force, the the prison like yourself, and coming together and then having some good fun.
Yeah, man. I think they've been doing it for years, so you can see the difference for those who participated most of the events for previous years.
Right.
So yeah, so I guess prisons put up a good fight lah. We can see that they tried their best, but like I said, those with experience will have a upper hand.
Yeah, but with experience means that you're gonna come.
Yeah, yes.
Get this thing going with your own departments, and get them training, get them playing together. It's cohesion. It's exercise. You're on the field. You're running around. You're sweating it out. You're creating bonds. You're having fun. Why not, right? Why not? And then
it's a good healthy sport.
Good healthy sport,
Good healthy
definitely.
sport.
And then You can come on the field. You can play with other departments. So yeah, so it's great. This is happening here at Red Dynasty Paintball Park, Singapore. And yeah, we definitely hope to do this every year and get all these teams, all these departments to represent, to send representative and yeah, compete.
Yeah, man.
So yeah, so the prison society service didn't do so well the first game. Hopefully they get back on track. Now we're going on to the second game. We have ICA versus SCDF, the immigration versus civil defense.
Yeah.
Yep. So we're only playing race to 1, meaning there's only 1 point each match. So which position do you play?
Oh, I think we play almost every position. There's no specific position.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Everyone plays all around. Whenever there needs to be filled out, basically we can just go over there and shoot.
You just no stick to one kind of
Great.
thing.
Awesome. So great breakout by both teams. Playing it safe, using the back bunkers. No early Gs. No one getting shot out. We got a good advancement now by the ICA, the immigration checkpoint. You have players in the snake. And the snake back filling out fast. In the snake insert, but someone needs to watch the tape. Although the tape is clear for the civil defense side. No, we got a back player looking down the tape, making sure no one bumps up. Oh, lost a player there. ICA lost a player there. Down to 4 players. We got a good field. No bumping out player. The bumping out bunker. So there is a gap here between the beam, which is the one on the line 4 horizontally, and the mini bricks. So the snake players need to watch out from both sides as they bump up. Right, we got some communication going now. Yep, we got a good player climbing up the snake with just one bunker apart. They both don't know.
Fun. It's
Don't know
gonna be
that they're
fun.
there. Oh, good, nice bunker. Well done. So he didn't know, but he reacted fast.
Yeah.
Turned, shot the player, moved down, bumped in another bunker. Back bunker isn't really doing his job though. He didn't see that. No shots fired. So D3 is being called by ICA. Basically, that means that there are 3 players left, or the 3 players dead. So there's 2 players left. Calling out Dorito 4. So let's switch on to the Dorito side. We have a Dorito player. Hope he spots the shots coming out from the cross side. He turns. He's now shooting into the snake. SCDF losing 2 bodies now. So I think that's last player alive, which is on the Dorito side. He bumps up past the 50s. Oh, he gets shot. Well done. Oh, it's straight off. And that's time. So that will go into a draw. Ben, what's time, David? Huh? Time per game? 5 minutes. Right, so we're in a 5 minutes game. So basically, if after 5 minutes, no one manages to hit the time frame and call it and close the game, basically it's a draw. So basically, ICA and SCDF has drawn the game. Moving on to next game will be Singapore Police Force (SPF) versus ICA again. So ICA will be switching sides and re-entering the field. So we are also playing on a hopper ball format. Hopper ball format meaning there's only 150 rounds per game. So whatever that can fit into the hopper, and they will be playing with that.
That was a good one-on-one.
Yep, that's a good one. Good trying for the.
Who make the first move?
Yeah.
He made the first move. He get the win.
Correct. Yeah, it was good that the SCDF player went into the inner lane and crawled down, because if there was anybody on the other side of the field, basically nobody would be able to see him, and he'll be able to advance and then pop up, and then he'll be able to clear people. So yeah, so
lucky when they both cross past, the ICA guy looked to the left.
Correct. Yeah.
If not, he would just.
Yeah, he would keep moving and it would just cross. Yeah, but so it's basically there's some communication that needs to be done in that scenario. Basically, the back player, there was player who was supposed to spot this player and tell his in front player where that guy is, so that he can go and shoot this guy out rather than calling and then not knowing what's happening. And so
this guy, he don't have anyone.
Yeah, he didn't have anyone at the back as well. Yeah, but he's able to clear this guy, move on forward, clear someone else. So yeah, so that's skill on his part, definitely, to be able to do that. But yeah, communication is definitely a key to be able to.
Yeah, we can see. If there's a miscomm, he will blame him.
Correct. Like, you didn't tell me there was a guy in front of me. You know, because he's the guy in front, the forward snake, is supposed to shoot cross, because that's where you can see people's back. You know, you'll be able to cut people off running forward. It's harder to be able to look in front and fight, because there's a big bunker and everyone is trying to hide behind. Yeah, so it's usually the back player's job to watch the tape, which is the side, and then the front player's job to pop up and shoot cross to get people's trying to move forward. So yeah, it's a common technique, strategy that most teams will take in to play. Right, so next game we have SPF versus ICA.
Tukar. Aku tukar. Baik Syah, sini baik je. Sini 1-to-1 baik je. Sini 1-to-1, aku boleh kiri kanan. Baik Syah. Sini boleh tengok Dorito.
Alright, good breakout by both teams. No one getting shot off the break. So we got good advancement from the police side, all the way up into the 50s. Center break. So that's a very good position to be in, basically cutting off half the field. But he needs someone to cover his back, which we see now. Scott, if I'm not wrong. That looks like Scott with his leopard mask, watching his tape, making sure no one runs down and shoots him from the back.
Ni open lah, ni
good
snake
communication as well.
Mati.
Right, switching on to the other side. Let's see if there's any movement by the ICA team. The player getting shot out. There's a rundown now. And he getting shot as well. Oh, is he? No, he's still alive. He's still alive. So well done, being to run down, show the players and stay alive. Now the police player, another rundown and on the middle of the field, trying to close up the game. Wow, the police are strong. The police seem like they know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Clearing the field fast. They're running down. Yeah, and you also need to be mindful of the time. So because if everyone is stuck there, not moving forward, basically run out of time, and you just lose the game. There could be even just one player there, and you don't shoot him off, it becomes a draw game. So definitely hats off to the police force to be able to close it up and finish the game. Right, so moving on to next one, we have is your team, Singapore Prison Service versus SCDF.
Yeah, CDF, another good team.
Yeah, SCDF is Sheila. Thanks. Yeah, SCDF, we've seen them quite a lot. Jamie? Yeah, for what lah?
Oh, okay.
Well. Okay, we have Sheila here. Let's switch the mic. Say hi, everybody.
Hello. Okay, can you hear my voice?
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
We've got a bus running. Thank you so much for joining me here today. You're actually not part of this event, but it's a usual Saturday for you
It's
here
Saturday.
training.
It means paintball drill day.
Paintball drill day for Sheila.
Yep.
Thank you.
How are you, Dom?
I'm good.
Alright, so we are at which game now?
We are at game number 4. We've got Singapore Prison Service versus
Singapore Civil Defence.
yes,
Civil
SCDF.
Defence Force. Okay.
Yep, let's switch back.
Are we live?
Yep, we are live on YouTube.
Ah.
We've got quite a few people watching. Someone just showed me on his phone that his friend is watching on the big screen in his living room. He should be here playing instead, but thank you so much for watching from the home. Do share this link.
It's quite hot here, but quite windy also. You know, so it's a good match.
So it's a good. It's not too bad. We've seen hotter days, dry and hot days, which is really scorching. But I'm feeling quite comfortable. I'm not sweating at the moment, so that's good.
Yep.
And I'm sure the players in the field will also be happy with the weather.
So on the left side of the field, we have Singapore Prison Services. Is it?
Yes, Singapore Prison Service. SPS.
Service.
And then on the right, we've got Singapore
SCDF.
Civil Defence Force.
I think I saw Azmi on the SCDF side.
Yep. I was just mentioning that the SCDF has quite a few players, regular players, paintball players actually. We do see quite a few of them are regularly playing as well. So it's great that they are also getting more SCDF players to join them in this event. You see now with the breakout.
And we have one guy at the snake one.
Yep, going all the way into the snake one. Same for the prison side.
Moving up to snake 2. I think he can continue moving up all the way if he wants to.
He doesn't have any back players.
No threats on him.
Yeah, the prison side do have a back players. Okay, I switch. You shout. They can hear you.
Hey! Hello, shout out to Ang Mo Kio Team Bravo.
Ang Mo Kio Team Bravo from where? Which department?
Ang Mo Kio North, Police Force.
Police Force doing very well. First 2 games, won the first 2 games. Alright, so switching back into the field. Oh, getting shot out, the SCDF player.
Azmi got shot out. I think he was at the snake side big brick, and I think the snake one from Singapore prison shot him out.
Let's see on the.
Okay,
let's watch this prison service guy looking like he's gonna bump up. It's good complication happening with him and his back player. Quite a few volleys dropping though. I see 2 volleys dropping off from the prison side.
Yeah, I see SCDF, one at Snake 2, no, Snake 3, the other one is at Dorito 3, and they are crossing up. That's a good move. Prison, dropping bodies one by one.
Yeah, but I do see, let's switch to the Snake side. We've got 2 players here. Oh, we just banged back a bunker. That's not common.
Oh. Gotta be careful. Oh, right in the butt, right in the butt. Do you see that?
So basically, we are playing with the gravity hopper, so there are possible chance of there is a chance where the ball doesn't feed into the hopper, so the police force did, the prison society did fire a few shots. Yeah, but no ball paintball came out and shot the player, so it is not considered the player wasn't out.
Yeah.
So there was a bit of scramble there, and the prison service personnel managed to get a shot on him.
Yeah.
So it looks like the Singapore prison, the SPS team is looking like they're going to finish up the game.
Like, who won the game?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Everybody just walking out one by one. Let's wait for head ref Ben Wong to say something.
Head ref should win actually.
Oh, head ref should win. Nice. Okay.
Ben, who won?
Draw game.
Draw.
Press down, step on the line.
Right. So it is going to be a draw game because the player that tried to hit the buzzer stepped off the line before he hit the buzzer code, so it's considered as an invalid player. So there's no player left to hit the buzzer. It will be a draw game.
So draw game will be 0.5 points?
Yes, if I'm not wrong.
Okay.
We've got to look at the scores later. I'm not sure whether they're just counting men alive or not. Yeah. Right, so next 2 teams, we have ICA versus SPS.
The games are quite back-to-back, huh? Because there's only 4 teams, right?
Yes, correct. There's only 4 teams. So there's going to be a few back-to-back games. But it's just 1 point, so hopper ball, so not so tiring.
Yep.
Right, so the guns getting reloaded, re-topped up, and re-entering the field. As I mentioned, we are playing hopper ball format, so basically whatever that's in the hopper, which is the part where you put in the paintballs, and that's all you have for the entire game.
Dom, do you see that? I see somebody from the ICA team wearing a helmet.
Yes.
In the field.
Yes. Not something we see every day.
Yep.
But yeah, it's allowed. It's allowed.
I wouldn't do that because I always get shot on my head. So if I wear a cap, it usually bounces. So it works for me. But if I wear a helmet, it definitely won't bounce.
Yeah.
So
definitely in paintball, we try to wear stuff that are more softer, slightly baggier clothing, so that the impact on the ball when it hits you gets cushioned, and if the ball doesn't get burst or break, it's not considered a shot on you. So yeah, definitely wearing a helmet, which then creates a hard impact for the ball to hit. It's not advantageous for yourself, and having wearing this weather also is another thing. Right, so we got two teams moving up into the starting frame. I think we do have a lady player actually for the ICA team.
Radia?
Is it Radia?
Is it Radia?
I
saw Radia
sure.
just now.
Ah, it's nice.
Okay, let's wait for the game to start.
I'm not sure what we are waiting for. It looks like the teams are ready. Okay, the team's gonna start. 10 seconds. So ICA versus SPS.
Yep.
Alright, it's a game on now. Mad dash there by the ICA player all up. Yep. Or up to Snake 2. Or Snake 1.
Snake 2. And on the SPS side, we have one player at the snake back, taking care of the tape side.
Yeah, make sure no one bumps up. Looks like the ICA player is quite aggressive, trying to cover as much ground as possible, which is good if you can do it and you do get shot while trying to bump up. Definitely, you'll be a very advantageous and aggressive spot to be able to be of a good threat to the team.
I agree, Dom. If the players had done the walking of the field, they would see that the snake 2, you can actually go around it, and the snake side is actually more of a maze. You can just weave in and out without getting shot.
Yep, it's a pretty interesting snake we have here for this event, having 2 lanes basically, 2 lanes to move forward.
SPS side, snake back player bump up to snake 2. Made a wild run.
Right, so we see now the 2 players.
Nice. Helmet
ICA.
player is at snake 50 now.
Helmet player.
I'm gonna call him helmet player.
Alright. So we hear some communication happening.
Both players got shot up. It was a trade-off.
Yeah, it's a great trade-off. It was cool communication by the back player, telling his front player that there's a opponent just in front of him. So he went to bunker and cleared him off. It's a good clear because it's a very threatening position as well, and managed to shoot another player. Moving forward some more. Let's see what's happening in the back lanes. So you see another player in the home side. There's another player, and on the Dorito side as well.
SPS making a wild dash at the Dorito side. If you see from the screen.
Yep. Now ICA trying to close up the team. I don't think they have much time left, so they definitely need to do this fast. Now going for the buzzer. Are they able to hit the buzzer
on ICA side, we have E-Boy.
Right, so they managed to hit the buzzer in time.
Is it a 5 minutes game?
Yes, 5 minutes game.
Okay. ICA won that point, I think. Good game. Dom, I gotta go.
All right, thank
Meet
you so
another
much
Dom
for joining me.
for
Another
training.
Dom? Oh yes, the other. The
Thanks
other
for having me.
Thank you so much for joining me.
Hey,
We'll
thanks.
hopefully see you later.
Yep, see you later.
Thank you so much.
Time to train.
Happy shooting. Right, next one we have Singapore Police Force versus SCDF. Right, so next 2 teams we have Singapore Police Force SPF versus SCDF, Singapore Civil Defence Force. Next 2 team entering the field. And yes, if you're watching us here, thank you so much for tuning in. You're watching the Home Team Paintball Games 2018. Here happening here in Red Dynasty Paintball Park, Singapore. We're located in Turf City, Bukit Timah. So if you want to drop by, watch the games live, do come by. But if you're at home and watching and supporting your department, that's great too. Do share the link. Make sure your entire department is on board with you. You can chat with me in the chat in the YouTube tab. Let me know that you're watching. We've got 8 people watching us live. Thank you so much for tuning in. So these two teams has been performing pretty well. I've seen both of them playing their first 2 games. Yep, 2 games already. This is their 3rd game. They've been playing against each other. That's the police force and civil defense. Both have experienced players that have already competed in this event in the previous years, and some of them even play regularly. So it's great to have them here with some of their own guys from their department, representing their department and playing these home team games. So as I mentioned, if you're interested, if you're part of a home team, one of the 7 departments of the home team, and you're interested to find out how you can join this event, basically you need to contact Zahid. We've got his email in the Facebook post. Do check out our Facebook page, Red Dynasty Paintball Park Singapore. And yeah, do contact him and get in touch with him then. And we hope to see you in the next following events. So police player pretty aggressive, pushing up past the 50s but getting shot. He needs some backup from the back, which he doesn't have, and now the SCDF is counter-attacking. Crawling into the 50s, past the 50s in the snake. Alright, another bump up into the center. Another player in the center. Who's shooting cross-side. A good chance for the player to actually bump up another bunker. There's no one watching the tape. Yeah, you see now the SCDF player taking the inside snake lane. Now player from the Dorito side getting shot out from the police. So the Dorito side should actually push up to support these guys here in the snake. Let's turn to the Dorito side. So Dorito side there we see 2 players, but they do have a player in front of him as well. So there's basically a big cross up, we would say. Oh, snake side down now, leaving the last player on the Dorito side. They've got a run through. Does he get him out? Yep, he gets shot out. I think there's a trade-off. Alright, so we'll be watching the last player now in the home bunker. Rather snake insert bunker. Oh, and he gets shot as well. Well done, SCDF. Referees are checking, but I think that is a good.
Game over!
Well done to SCDF, and it looks like they do have their jerseys as well. SCDF paintball jerseys. Well done to them. They're looking sharp, looking good. Yeah, they seem like they know what they're doing. Moving up together, communicating, calling out bunkers, calling out the opponents. Alright, so next two teams. It's not the wire, there's only one wire. That's right, so next two teams we have SCDF again playing now from the home side versus SPF. Okay, so basically the same teams are going out again, playing again but switching sides. SCDF will now play from the home. Yeah, man, it's the heat. But it's not so bad. We do feel some wind, although it's bright and shiny.
The wind is like my breath. Like. Don't look very serious.
Do you look very serious?
Man, you look like the scary band come out already. Let's go, 10, 3, 2, 1, 10 seconds!
Right, so SPF, Singapore Police Force versus Singapore Civil Defence, switching sides. So SCDF is starting from the hole. Good entry into Snake by the SCDF player. No one getting shot off the brick. Pumping up another bunker. So actually we have Asmi playing in the back for the SCDF. That's quite a good communication by him to his fun players, telling them what exactly where is their opponents, so they'll be able to move up safely.
Okay, this is Ben and I'm joining in the commentary.
Welcome, Ben.
We saw in the earlier game that SCDF took the first point, so this is the second back-to-back game that they're playing in the preliminary. And you can see Scott moving up to the center brick there. That's Scott putting his gun on the snake. I'm not sure if he's aware that there's someone in the snake though.
I don't think so. I think
it
so.
might surprise him a little bit. Oh yeah, he spotted him. Well done, Scott. He's pinning him down. Shooting array of shots at the snake player, but the snake player, as you can see, is really tight. He's like, you can see the legs coming out from the edge of the bunker from the screen, and then there's no way that Scott can stand up, hide up, because Asmi is at the back looking at Scott. So that's gonna be like a interlogging, if I can say. They lock one another up. As much as he'd like to stand up, he can't. Oh yeah, I think he got him on the head. I think Scott shot him on the head. Yes.
Yeah, well done there by
and then it came a little bit too late though, because the player got shot on his head and continued playing, and that's where Asmi came up and Asmi shot him out. and there seems to be a series of trading shots happening over here. So in a split 5 seconds, you can see the whole entire snake side being cleared, and there isn't any player up here on the snake side. That's Fuad running down the center. And I'm not sure if so. Oh, no, he got shot.
Yep.
He tried to do a rundown, but unfortunately got hit. Over there at the Dorito side. Oh, hey, wait, hang on. The earlier player that I said was Scott was actually not Scott, because I'm seeing Scott now at the Dorito. So, sorry there. Couldn't recognize who that player is. The way that he played does resemble Scott a lot, to be honest. Oh, so the time has been stopped.
Yep, we've run out of time for the games. So it's gonna be a draw game.
1-1, I believe so. Because I'm seeing Rosli running up to the center and pressing the flag indicating game over. So yeah, so the earlier player that I said was Scott was actually not Scott. I'm not too sure who that player was, but oh yeah, it's Jordan. It's Jordan. So I'm not surprised, because the way that they play, the style, even the height, both players are from the same team in the past. So yeah, so I made a mistake. It was Jordan. It does look a little bit like Scott, the way they pose.
Right.
The physique.
It's also the mask. I think they're both using that leopard print mask, is it?
No, they are not, but they are using the I4.
Alright.
Yeah,
okay.
but anyone who's using the I4, he's a player from the ancient times. But they are very senior player, because as far as I know, our store doesn't sell I4 anymore.
Yes, we are.
So if you are wearing an
stock.
I4, that means you must have come from the past.
Yes.
Come from the past.
Well, you could buy second hand, but definitely.
Yeah.
The i4 is really popular.
Yeah. So I think in this game the SPF team didn't back out. In fact, they gave SCDF the game. They said, you want to take a point from us, come grab it off our hands. And indeed, that has shown quite properly, and they have executed the game plan pretty well. I think it's a little bit more nicer to put it over my ears. You can see like this way, then doesn't look so nice.
But I can hear. I do it like that because I can hear one side.
Okay. I think the afternoon, the weather is very torturous. If I can say,
it's not so bad. We got some breeze. See, if
there's a little bit of breeze.
Yeah, you feel some
but
breeze.
You can see the hot sun coming out here. Of course, for me, I prefer the hot sun rather than playing the game wet.
Yes, definitely.
Especially for players who are wearing spectacles. Every time when it starts to rain,
oh yes, I definitely.
Then my spectacles get fogged up, and
Yeah.
then when it gets fogged, then you have visibility issue, and many other issues. Like for example, your paints get wet and they stick together. Sometimes it's slippery. You cannot get your execution of the movement. So when the sun is out, it's actually good. At the same time, this weekend, the NXL Europe is happening. That's the last event. They call it the World Cup event. What amazed me was that every time when I spoke to any pro players about playing paintball and which event they like the most, and often than not, many of them normally would like to highlight that the World Cup event, being the last event of the year, is always the event that everybody wants to win. I personally thought the overall series might be a bigger prize, because talking about showing off consistency instead of winning that one event. But no doubt, the World Cup is always the biggest event ever. I think last year, the Florida NXL event hit a total of 600 over teams. I'm not too sure if this year, that number will be broken. But it does seem like the economy in US is starting to pick up, with the Trump administration, and people are having jobs and they are trying to have a closed door policy, and now they have a bit more cash to spare. So I think the US scene is going to go big.
That's good.
It's on the rise. But what about Asia? The dollar seems to be very strong So much so that in Asia, it doesn't seem like a lot of people are playing paintball anymore. But, you know, what goes around comes around. Sooner or later, it will be our time. Okay, so the next two games.
Next two games, we have SPS Singapore Prison Service.
Yep,
versus
SPS Singapore Prison
ICA.
Service against the ICA team. So last year, I think we had a bigger turnout.
Yes,
if
we
I'm
have
not
quite a
wrong, I
few
think we
more-
have.
more teams.
I'm not sure. I think last year we have Police Coast Guard as well.
Yeah, yes.
Correct.
I remember
I saw
the Coast
Jeffrey
Guard.
playing, right?
Mhm.
So this year we are missing out on the people at the sea. Who else are we missing? Are we missing at? I would like to have a CNB team against a ICAC. Is it ICAC? Narcotic team, Central Narcotics Bureau, CNB. Maybe some internal security department people coming, you know.
Yeah.
But they can't show their face, so the whole time they'll be wearing the mask. you know, like. But still, 4 teams is a good matchup. It's a small community, as we have always mentioned. So the people who play paintball likes paintball. The people who doesn't try will not give it a go. Look at the stick side. Very exciting moments over here. I think he's shooting blank already. You can hear him from the side. Oh, he has 2 players in front of him. He should be looking the side. Look. Oh, you still want to shoot? That's playing on. That's playing on. He played on. He got shot and he continued to play. So, of course, then the referee has waved the player on. Continue to let him play. Oh, that's a free kill. Running across field. Oh, he's going to get shot.
Yeah,
sure.
he definitely got shot.
Yep.
So the back player just telling
So
the
good
front
call by
player.
the ref.
Yep.
Came a little bit late though, but I think the player was smart. He knew that he shot him, so he stayed in the field. And that gave the referee a chance to wipe him off. But I think the referee was a little bit slower. I have to say this because it's just right in front of me. But still, it's a good call.
Yeah, it's
You
a good call.
spotted it.
Basically, if you shoot the opponent first before the opponent shoots you, basically you get the kill. It's not it's not considered a trade-off.
That's right. Of course, sometimes it depends. If the ref is not vigilant enough and you stay in the field, you might be caught for playing on, and then that's where a penalty will come.
Correct.
So it's really a double-edged sword. The player has to really decide what he has to do, what he needs to do. And in this case, of course, I think the player is, I think it's Kairu, made the right choice of staying there a little bit longer, maybe 1 second longer.
Right, so points go to ICA.
Yeah.
Moving on
The next
to the
game,
next one, SCDF.
SCDF against the Prison Service. So as you can see, the games are really running back to back because there are only 4 teams playing. So at any one time, if you're playing, there might be a chance that you might be exposed to the next game again.
Yeah, but the players, they do have I think up to 7 players, so they could still rotate. And it's might not be the same players that go out again.
That's right. So the event that you're watching now is the mechanical division. So the players are using mechanical gun. I think this is a perfect platform for anyone to start playing paintball. Of course, I have seen many players who played Division 4 for the longest time, simply because they like the game. It's affordable. I do also see players who have started playing Division 4 and within a span of less than a month, they decided to go and shoot the E-marker division. Again, it's really up to the individual. Of course, the higher level you play, the faster you learn. Last week, I just made a clip and then to introduce new players about playing paintball, and the first thing that I say is playing players who are much stronger and much faster than you, because a lot of times I do see newer players being I won't want to say that they seclude themselves like they prefer to play among themselves. But that is a very comfortable zone. But instead, if you are starting paintball, it is always good to play against players who are faster than you, stronger than you, much experienced than you, because that's where you really learn.
Yeah, you learn very fast.
That's right. I've also mentioned this, and I want to say this again. Playing paintball is just like playing like fencing, because the more you fence, the better you are. It's just like playing a game of chess. The more experienced you are, the faster you can foresee what's going to happen, and then that's where you strategize. And playing a game of chess is very similar like playing paintball, because you need to set traps for your opponent to go into and set a bait before you can execute that specific movement. So I think if you can relate a game of chess to playing paintball, it's actually very closely related.
Yeah, definitely. This is a very in-depth, very detailed game. This is just from the surface. You can be just run around and shoot.
Yeah.
But when you go
recreationally,
deeper,
right?
Yeah. But when you go deeper and deeper in, you understand so much more. I myself am learning every time I speak to a player. I speak to different teams. You get an insight, a new dimension into their playing and how they see the game and how they strategize.
Yeah,
it's really interesting.
And every time you go in, you learn something new.
Yeah.
So, which is exactly what I said about playing players who are more experienced than you. That's where you really learn. Over here, we can see a snake player from the prison service side moving up to the snake. I think he's not spotted, nobody spotted him. And of course from the far end you can see another player getting shot out, walking out the field. So is the back corner, as I was saying.
Yep, losing two bodies there.
SCDF has really put up a very strong lane. I think they communicate very well.
Yes.
I'm not sure if even they are from the same fire department representing SCDF. I believe so.
I don't think so actually.
You don't think so?
It's made out of people from different...
If they are really from all the different departments, then I must tell you they are really communicating very well. On his shoulder, right shoulder. Right shoulder. No, really, he got shot. Seriously. His loader. I keep saying, and then Ben has to run in to check him every time.
Right, so the player getting a lot of shots falling in his direction. He's finally got shot out. He should have played tight, not trying to fight it. And now we see SCDF on the attack. I think that's Fuad playing in the center field.
Yep. So some of these guys I can recognize. They are from this paintball team called the Noxia Duxes.
Yeah.
So this is nothing fairly new to them. But today they are representing the SCDF.
Yeah.
So that's another level altogether, because you are playing against other uniform groups in the likes of the prison service, the Singapore Police Force, and then they are playing against the ICA representative from the Immigration and Customs Authority. So it's always good to see these agencies coming out. I would like to see the army doing the same thing.
Yes, an inter-army.
Right, like a commando against guards, you know.
Yeah.
I think this is like always the highlight. Who's better, right? Whether the khaki beret or the commando. Let's put this out on the field.
Yes.
Right? Let the commandos have a go at the guards, and let the guards have a go at the military police.
Yeah, and the infantry.
And then, and the PDF. PDF. Is it PDF?
PDF?
We call it PDF. People's Defence Force. Yeah, the PDF. The PDF against the Singapore Infantry Regiment. The 1 sir, 2 sir, 3 sir, 4 sir, 5 sir, 6 sir. Let them come out and fight one another. I think that will be interesting to watch.
Definitely.
I'm not even sure if there's anyone who's organizing this for them. Maybe we should. Maybe we should take the lead. Right? Maybe we should take the lead.
Yeah, definitely. It'll be
Send
good.
them an invitation.
And we do have quite a few army personnel who are regular players here, so who will be able to help us.
He got hit lah. Cause he checked. I saw the hit and he checked also. But anyway, you are the ref. You shouldn't have listened to me, what?
Yeah lah, I play Thunder Flash, listen to Ben Kena shot like shit. Now play ref, listen to Ben Kena shot like
I'm just a spectator.
RD, never listen to Ben Xiao.
I'm just a spectator. Okay, so the next team that's coming up.
Yeah, we got ICA versus
ICA against the police force.
Yeah.
How many players can they register in the team? Because I'm seeing them coming in and out of the game. I'm not sure if the same group of players are playing all at the same time, or do they have a roster of players that they can interswap? Oh, so they have a big squad actually. Oh, I see. Okay. I think in order to survive this torturing sun, you need to at least have 8 or 10 players, maybe.
But it's only 1 point though. It's only 1 point, so it's actually not that bad.
Yeah, not too bad.
It's only 1 point.
I think I can only play 1 point. Seriously, please don't say it's only 1 point, because I can only seriously play 1 point.
You will be the G1,
Maybe the G1. The 1 point, the G1 1 point.
Or maybe mid-game run down the center.
Yeah. It's either I win it big or I lose it fast.
I agree.
Always, right?
Always.
Yeah, I realize as I get older, the game is either I lose big or I win big.
You open the game.
Oh, what to do, man? So if there's anyone who's watching and you are keen to practice this game of paintball, there are a few things you must do. First, I feel that you must be good in understanding how the equipment work. Because many a times I've seen people who've gone into the field, they play, and then the gun gets stuck.
Yeah.
Then they are like, oh, I don't want to say shit, but
they
are like, oh, what can I do? How do I rectify this? Then they get stopped. So I think you must understand the equipment so you can rectify the equipment fast. The second thing is, of course, having a good posture would help. You know, I've seen a lot of players who adopt bad habit posture, and then over time it's very difficult for them to kick the bad habit. And of course the last one is practice. And the best form of practice is to snap shoot, play a lot of one-on-one. That is the most important, I feel. Playing a lot of one-on-one gives you many different situational play. Okay, the ICA team playing a very aggressive on the stick side. They have 3 players on the stick. One at the back, one in the snake, the other one in the big car wash. Whereas on the Singapore Police Force, they have only 2 players watching the stick side. So with a body in hand, you know, you can do a lot of things. Maybe you see a trading move. You never know.
Yeah, but no one is watching down the tape also, so there's a great opportunity for him to just crawl, stay low.
You can see the difference between the ICA. We're going to show the ICA snake player. He's in the big bunker, whereas the police player, he's in a small cake. Sometimes you really wonder, why would you want to hide in a small cake? Because just right in front of you, there's already a very big bunker.
Yeah.
Right. So he should be moving upwards, I feel. So of course the snake player from the ICA team, Kai, is moving up slowly, carefully. Oh, they spotted the 50 player.
Yeah, 50 player is currently the biggest threat.
You can hear them shouting. A referee run in to check the snake player from the SPF side. He's cleared to play. So they spotted the snake 50, and the back player from the police force is actually shooting and trying to stop the 50 player from moving. You can see him standing there. He's just pointing his gun there. Very disciplined player, if I can say. He's all the time his gun is just watching him. He doesn't even really bother about what's happening on the Dorito side, which I thought was a very smart play. And of course, if there's anything that can happen is the 2 stick player from the ICA side communicating a little bit more and try to move up a little bit.
Yeah. We are running short on time though. It's a 5 minutes game. I think we are very close to the end of the game, and no one seems like they want to move up and break this deadlock. So there's a high chance this is going to be a draw game, but there's another body that's dropped from the ICA. Maybe this will open up something. There's suddenly a lot of communication by the police force, but still no movement. And they are playing on a hopper ball format, so they will be running low on balls at the moment.
Yeah, I also think that the Snake player has already run out of rounds, so he's gonna go YOLO already.
Oh, another player from the police force dropping and walking out of the field.
Okay, let's look at the Dorito side. There's definitely one player squatting there from the ICA team. He's trying to move down, but somehow he's stopped. He's not shooting much.
Oh, we see some movement in the center of the field. We got some player in the car wash, the big car wash, the big brick. Looking onto the Dorito side.
A lot of game watching on the center side of the field.
Yeah.
The Dorito guy is moving up to the 50. So here comes the bunker move. Oh, hang on. Oh, unfortunately. Oh, just as he was coming, he got shot. And the Snake player is trying to capitalize as well. Oh, and he got shot, running into the net. He ran into the net. He ran into the net. Let's hope he didn't injure himself. Ooh, lots of confusion over there. We're seeing people sitting down on the field.
Yeah.
Oh, he's running in the open and he got shot. Oh, very confusing game here. Can't really see what's happening.
Yeah, I thought he got shot out, but he's still walking towards the signing frame.
That's what the player claimed, that he got shot. But of course, his the player from the police force would have a lesser of an advantage because he was running in the open. So you can see from the screen that his mask was shot, and then
you see some aggressive camaraderie happening in the field now. I hear someone saying, I told you to run. Why never run? It's all good fun. They're all laughing. So that should result in a draw. I don't think the player was able to be allowed to hit the sign frame.
The next game will be SCDF against ICA. So once again, if you are watching the Home Team Games Paintball Challenge here, thank you so much for tuning in. This is a game that is organized for the uniform groups, and we have a total of 4 teams playing over here. Oh, okay.
Right, so we're actually going to switch sides. No, we're not going to switch sides. We're going to play SCDF versus ICA.
So for anyone who's interested to participate in the competitive paintball, I think one of the most important thing that you can do, or one of the very first step, is to join a paintball clinic. Because when you join a paintball clinic, which is organized by any of the teams in Singapore, you get to understand the jargons used in paintball, the language you being used in paintball, the rules and regulation of the game, the basic drills that you can do, and that basically escalate the learning very fast. I learned how to play paintball through a clinic.
Same?
Yep. So back then, 2006, I attended this clinic called the Contract Killers, Hybrid Contract Killers Clinic. You know the brand Contract Killers? So the owner of Contract Killers, Chris Cochino, with the other few players, Nick Scholes, who's a very legendary old player, and then his son Nick Young, and of course then we have Nicky Kuba, who's playing for, where's Nicky Kuba is playing for, I'm not sure where he's playing for now, one of the ex-legend, so during the Ryan Greenspan, Oliver Lang days. And then we have Tom Martinez. Tom Martinez was, he was back then playing for Dynasty. He's now owner of Raza Paintball. So back then, that clinic happened in Malaysia. And
nice.
Yeah, and they
So
they flew all the way down to Malaysia. And that was the pinnacle of Malaysia paintball. Basically, a lot of things were happening. There were many teams, and then I went also. And to be honest, I paid quite a fair bit to join. You know, I won't be ashamed to say that. I paid actually 700 ringgit, which is ridiculous at that time. To join a clinic, that's about what, $200 Sing.
Wow.
Ridiculous, right? But of course the takeaway was huge. You know, I started to get myself to understand what paintball is exactly about, you know, how the game is being played. And I remember during the prep time, the one of the players said, "Hey guys, go take your pack and then make sure your pots are filled with paints." Then I was like wondering, what the hell is a pot? Because I had no idea what they were talking. I had no understanding of what the jargons were. And then they said, "Oh, go pick a pot." So I have to borrow a pot. I have to go to someone, one of the Malaysians, and then I asked him what exactly is a pot. So he said, "Okay, this is the thing."
Game on!
So for all new budding young paintball players who wants to learn paintball, please sign up for a clinic, get to know what is the right thing to do, what is the wrong thing to do, and then from there you can learn a little bit more about the game. But now SCDF is holding the fort very strongly. You can see Azmi, who is on the stick side, moving up to the car wash. And of course there's some action over here on the Dorito side as well. You can see two players. Oh, another player moving up to the center. That's a big move by the Dorito player. He's 2 bunkers away from his opponent. He can't really see him even if he pops out. From the angle, he doesn't really have a good angle. And of course, if the SCDF player wants to shoot him, he has to make something. He has to make a big move. If I'm the player who's playing in the ICA, in the Dorito side, I would stay a little bit alert, have my guns up.
Yeah, because he's going to come anytime.
Not run into gunfighting. I think they are both gunfighting now. See? He had advantage playing at the 50 spot. But because there was a bit of loss of concentration, I say. He knew that someone was there, but he was trying to find that player.
Yeah, hunting.
Yeah.
Call it hunting.
You don't hunt for player when you're playing paintball. Unless you're a front player. Yeah, you don't
try to
hunt them down. You have to be aggressive.
Yeah, you got to be aggressive and go for it rather than pop up here, pop up there.
Yeah, you can't look
here.
for players.
Yeah, you can't.
You can't look for players to shoot.
Yeah,
you have to assist. Okay, maybe let me correct myself. You have to hunt them, not look for them.
Yes. Okay.
Like Hunt is aggressive, like
Yeah,
going.
Yeah, go for
But
it.
looking for them is the big no-no. Looking for them, if it reminds me of like an ostrich sticking his head out of the ground, and then looking left and right, like looking for opponents, and then got shot.
Yeah, because you're gonna be spotted before you spot people.
Yeah,
because you're the one high up and then looking around.
Maybe I should create a term. We call it the ostrich. Don't do the ostrich.
Okay, yes.
Don't look left, look right.
Yeah.
Right.
Don't pop out in the middle of nowhere looking around.
Don't do the ostrich. Okay, so that's a new term that we can use in paintball.
Right, we see now in the Doritos again.
He's backed by a stick player that has already moved up to the center. So it's very safe for this Dorito player. It's just a matter of time that he can go in and make some kills. You can see the ICA player looking cross-side because the snake player is pounding him right now. There's a center player. Oh, he's going to make his move. Unfortunately, he got shot. If not, that would be a very nice bunker move. He's staying in the open. Look at him. Number 27. Staying in the open.
Yeah, they try and close it up now.
It's a massacre out there, man. It's a massacre. So the SCDF players with 5 players alive clinched the point against ICA, leaving the last player behind. And you can see that they were not intending to go for him. They were scaring him.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Just keep pounding in the bunker.
Instead of going downfield to eliminate him, they were all standing out, just pounding and pounding and pounding and throwing pins. And then this guy got panicked and he started moving left and right.
And eventually get clipped off.
Of course, unfortunately, he got shot.
Well done, SCDF. SCDF is doing fantastic.
If there's a stereotype in paintball, I'm not sure if I can even say this. Paintball players are a bit weird. If I can say, yeah, it's okay. This game is obviously an egoistic game. Right, you shoot players out of the field and you feel happy about doing it. So there's a little bit of ego involved. Players might like to see people getting hurt. You never know. Because if I shoot you and you're hurt, I feel happy. Then it's also a game where if you are an introvert, you're not very outspoken. You keep to yourself most of the time. You don't have many friends. But when you come to paintball, then you feel very welcome. So this sport is actually, I think, quite unique in the sense that it embraces strangers to the game.
Yeah, definitely. I know it creates a new avenue of friends and something you can share in common that that's very unique. Like I don't know, there's no other sport that is like paintball where you get to team up and shoot people
and come out and high five one another.
Yeah.
It's like when you're in the game, you go like, I want to shoot. I want to kill this guy, if I can say that on live webcast. But after doing that, then you come out, hey bro, good game, man. Thanks for shooting me, man.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know. Is it that the admiration of getting shot or the admiration of you shooting people that lure people into the game again and again? And even when I travel overseas, like when I played in the US, because we don't have a team. Every time we travel US, we played with people from a mixed community coming together to play. And I can kind of like sense that every one of them who are from the same team somehow have this self-centered kind of feeling that I don't know whether I'm right, but it's like everyone feel too highly of themselves, Then when they come together, it's like, we see the same kind of people, and they enjoy being with the same group of people. Okay, I might be wrong, but if you have any other views,
I've not traveled as
how
much.
do you feel about yourself being a paintball player, or having already been in a group? How do you see yourself being part of the community?
It's definitely a unique dynamic there. Definitely, you gotta experience it yourself to have that feeling. And it's such a universal sport. You travel overseas and you join another team. And you immediately can fit in. You immediately can play with them. We also saw this in our event where even if you don't have the common language, you're able to play in the same team.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, one good example will be the AGPIC girls that won the Division 3 in the last SPS.
Yeah.
A group of people that they are playing for the first time, but coming together with a common goal as a female team playing to win the Division 3. In fact, eventually they won the whole entire game.
Yeah. Entire event, they won it with four spoken languages, 4 or 5, I think. There was Japanese, there was Taiwanese, there was French. Yeah, it just works. Pretty amazing, this sport. So this will be the final game for the 5v5. We have got SPF, Singapore Police Force versus the Singapore Prison Service.
Yeah. Do they have a qualifying round, or they are basically playing a round robin?
Just round robin. Just round robin,
so
and then
be a top of the table kind of thing.
Yeah, and then top of the table based on points.
Alright, so last game for SPF or the SPS to pull a point off to get them some points into getting a higher rank on the table. Good move there by the snake player from the police side. So the snake back player from the prison service is actually watching down the snake tape.
Yeah, but you really need to watch this guy carefully because he's looking quite aggressive. He looks like he wants to move up anytime.
It's a unique layout because the snake player doesn't really have to move from the tape side. He can actually crawl in from the inner side of the
correct. There's like
field.
2 lanes.
Oh, he's going to do so. Yeah, there you go. You can see him coming up from the other side of the field.
Yeah,
so that's a good move because over here I can hear the back player calling for snake 1, but he's already in snake 50.
Yep, and nobody knows.
Yeah, so he has totally lost track of the player, even though he has the eyes on the tape all the time. But of course, then as you move up the center field, you are trying to do a lot more damage down the crossfield side.
Right, switching to Dorito side, we see 2 players, one shooting forward.
I have to say that the police is now having definitely an upper hand.
Yep.
Because they have 2 players on the 50s, one on the snake, one on the Dorito, and both are still very much alive. And I can see that they are very, very patient players. They don't make big moves. So it's just a matter of time that this will run out. But of course, with a 5-minute game, you do not want to hold the game for too long. You want to make sure that after making it all the way to the 50s, you still make it count for the game. He's battling the guy on the snake corner.
You see, there's a center player now that moves.
He's going to move up further up.
Yeah, using the inner lane.
Hole. In fact, he's trying to find all ways to get a corner player.
Yeah. And the best way would actually be communicating to the center or even the Dorito side to shoot him.
That's right.
But
they seem to be all locked in the game.
Yeah.
So moving up the center doesn't guarantee you wins. Right? A lot of times you see players running up the center and then unfortunately he got hit on his legs. And he's walking out the field as he tries to do the bump.
Yeah, he was doing all the job himself. He should have shared it with the rest, communicating into the center and even to the Dorito side to shoot cross. But he tried to take everything on himself and he gets shot out. Basically, there's a good defense there by the prison society.
It really puzzles me because he moved up from snake 2 all the way to snake 50 by crawling on the inside.
Yeah.
Why did he crawl on the outside at the last count when he already knew that the guy was looking at him?
Shouldn't he be doing the same thing? So much safer,
right?
Running
I mean, like,
from the inside.
Seriously, what was he thinking?
And we see now another player.
Okay, he's going to do the same thing. And he's going to crawl the outside.
Okay, but he's communicating. He's communicating to his center player.
Okay.
Okay, so that's good.
But I must give it to the corner player, the snake corner player. Let's show the snake corner player. Very disciplined guy. He doesn't move. Look at him. Look at him. He sits. Oh, he's even taking a step out, trying to take a quick chip shot. Time is over. Time is over. 5 minutes. Smart player.
Yep.
For him being disciplined, he managed to hold the snake down.
Yeah.
So, ladies and gentlemen, last game of the
5 versus 5.
5 versus 5 game, and in a short while we will break to playing the 3v3. So if you have any questions for us, please feel free to ask, and you know, anything that you'd like us to discuss, to talk about, please let us know. Put it on the chat. If you're watching from Facebook, let us know how what else we can discuss about paintball, and of course something that can interest you would be us talking about paintball. And hopefully you can also chip in your fair share and let us know how we can bring this game to the next level with everyone.
We go for a quick commercial break.
Yep, let's go into a commercial break. Well, please send us all your questions, okay? We'll come back.
Next team to stand by, we have Team Falcon and Kepala Pistol. Please collect your markers and stand by. Teams to stand by, SG Frontiers and Crimson Reapers. SG Frontiers and SG.
Game over!
Next up, game 21, Team Set and President 11 Ball. 7-11 boys, Captain. Okay, go! Okay, thank you very much. Round of applause to Kristen! Thank you, Kristen.
Okay, one for a video.
Thank you, Marcus.
Like the attention, girl, I know you. But you're everything I want in life. We're fighting danger like kung fu. The love I feel is deep inside. The others don't matter. It's honestly us against the world. We're the perfect team. You're my dream, and I just want.
Thank you to all of you to come down here from different agencies. Okay, I think you deserve a big round of applause. Thank you very much, guys.
Last collection. Last collection. Come on.
Now, as we are starting, every player catch the frame.
We are from Bedok North NPC, Team Delta. We are Breakout
From Bishan Fire Station.
Dali Frontiers, and this is our second year. Great.
Where you guys from?
We're from ICA.
ICA, alright.
Okay, my name is Raven. They will introduce themselves. Okay, my name is Raven. Mas, Ivan.
Alright, where you are from?
Prison.
The main aim that we want to support such activity is that we want to bring the home team officer together, right? We want to bring the different home team officer to not only play together, but because when you play together, you get to know each other. Down the line, when you work together, we work better as a home team, and our operation will be better. So today I'm actually very happy to see that there are so many home team officers from different departments coming together. And I would like to thank the organizer for doing a very good job. And you know, he has got strength to stand. So please give up a big hand for him for doing such a good job and organizing this for you. So we look forward to supporting this event more in the future and growing it even bigger. Thank you very much. Have a good weekend.
Thank you to all of you to come down here from different agencies. Okay, I think you deserve a big round of applause. Thank you very much, guys.
Last collection. Last collection. Come on.
Now, as we are starting, every player catch the frame.
We are from Bedok North NPC, Team Delta. We are Breakout
From Bishan Fire Station.
Dali Frontiers, and this is our second year. Great.
Where you guys from?
We're from ICA.
ICA, alright.
Okay, my name is Raven. They will introduce themselves. Okay, my name is Paper. Mas, Ivan.
Alright, where you are from?
Prison.
The main.
Wait. All right.
So we are back again, and we are going to proceed with the 3 versus 3 games. How many 3 versus 3 games do we have?
We have
11, 12.
Yes, 12.
12, right? Yeah, 12 games of 3 versus 3. And the teams are now broken up, and they are representing their own uniform group by playing in this 3v3. So on the side of the police force, I'm seeing Hazli, Scott, and Jordan. Wow, they are sending a pretty strong squad. I think the weakest link is maybe Jordan. I want to say this because he was walking past me and then laughing and smiling. Eh? If Hazli is here, then that guy is not Hazli. Oh, okay. So they... Wow, I'm sorry. I made a mistake.
Who is that?
I was looking at his name from the jersey. So these guys have something up their sleeves. They are trying to like... confuse the opponent. Okay,
Right.
let's see how the weakest link break out. Jordan.
Right, so we got SPS, Singapore Prison Service versus Singapore Police Force.
So Scott's playing in the middle.
So this is the 3v3 division. 3v3 is definitely more
I'm never a big fan
faster
of
game.
3v3. For some reasons, I don't like to play 3v3. I feel that the game is too lopsided.
Yeah, once one player or two player is out, that's it.
Yeah,
You
one
have
player
to
can
capitalize.
determine everything. Unless all three players are very seasoned. If not, all you need is one guy to screw it up, and then bye bye, and then the whole entire game is lost. So I'm never a big fan of the 3v3 game.
Yeah.
So SPS is now being cornered to the stick side.
Yeah, and always you want to be spaced out against your teammates.
Yeah,
so
you want to
that
spread yourself out, but I think they are staying too close to one another.
and see we have a
so time has already been stopped
because
so
the police
that's right.
guy
So while
made
the
a hit
snake
buzzer.
player is busily engaging Scott, I think the other player from the far end decided to make a mad dash for the buzzer, just to claim the early point. You know, there's no playing really to the objective of the game, which is to capture the flag, or in this case, press the buzzer or touch the starting frame, however you call it. So the next two team, SCDF against ICA. So we have Ben, who is here with us, Ben Wong, the NXL referee, who has gone to NXL to officiate in games. But did he really officiate in games? That is the big question. Or was it a rumor? Or is it an urban legend, my friends? I don't know. I'm just teasing him because he's down looking at me and... Okay, the game's gonna start.
Good. 3, 2, 1, 10 seconds. Give on.
Right, easy breakout by both teams. No one into the snake. Everyone playing more in the center. We do have a player in the center of the field for the SCDF. Let's look on the Dorito side. We got a player moving up. I see a player calling for a pin check. As his Dorito player moves up all the way up to the 50. Oh, he gets shot. So I see a down a player. SDF will try to capitalize on this. Oh, let's see the last player. Last player is of SCDF. Sorry, of ICA in the back bunker of the snake. I don't think they know where he is though. It's a good one. Squeezing him out of the bunker. He has nowhere else to go but to run, and that allows him to be wide open for a shot. Well done, SDF, doing fantastic. Winning another game. Next game, SPF, Singapore Police Force versus ICA.
So, what is the best way to get yourself into a team? Is there any best way to get yourself into a team? Like Dom, you are part of the Outlaws, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Z, can we show this guy's face?
Huh? Are you part of the Outlaws?
This is the man you need to find if you want to join this event.
Oh.
What's your email address again?
Which email? Oh, home team dot paintball. Home HOME dot team TAM dot paintball PAINTBALL at gmail.com.
At gmail.com. Yes, email this guy, and yeah, join us in this event. So yeah, you're saying.
So I was saying, like, if anyone who's interested in playing the sport and would like to join a paintball team, like actual paintball team, not just finding yourself a name and then calling yourself a paintball team, but really like a paintball team where you compete, you train, you find sponsors. What is the first step that they can do? If anybody wants to do that, give some advice.
The first step I would say would be definitely to join us as a member, as a splat member, and that with that do come down on Sundays where we have our regular our members who come down and play. Basically, just make friends, talk to people, and there are clinics that are happening. Do check out our Facebook page, Red Dynasty Paintball Park, and once you go for a clinic, you learn some basic skills. You get to meet the team. You get to make more friends, and then from there, basically you pick a team. You pick a team that you seem to gel with, the players that you seem to are friendly, and basically everyone is friendly, but basically who you come across and who you see at the field on the day you come. Yeah, and then from there.
So basically, you sell yourself.
Yes.
You sell your soul.
You don't have to sell. You don't sell. You gotta market it in a way as well.
Market yourself. So you market yourself.
Yeah, you gotta show people you're around, that you are interested in the game. You're interested in the game. You're committed. That you actually wanna join a team, because the teams are also looking out for themselves as well. The teams want players that are committed. They want players who want to learn and want to join them and be a part of the team. So it's a two-way handshake, if I might say, that both sides, you need to market yourself and the team needs to market to you to join as well. And with that, when that synergy happens, the two sides connect and you have yourself a team.
I see it quite differently from you.
Really?
Yeah.
How would
I
you
thought
do it?
the way that you do it is the let things take it easy way. Like, okay, that is the normal way of doing it. I feel that if one guy wants to be in a team, the first thing is not to play and show that you can play and wait for people to call for you. And
definitely not wait for you to call for you, but you need to find what you want to join.
Yeah, so I think it has to be an active approach. Go to the team that you want to join, or even if you don't have a team, just tell everyone else that you know in the field that you want to be part of a paintball team.
Yeah.
I think make your intention known to people.
Yeah, which is selling yourself. You got to be out there. You got to be playing. You can't be at home looking at
watching a webcast.
Yeah, watching a webcast. And we're not doing anything. You want to join. You got to come. You got to play. People got to see you. People got to see you play.
Show face pay dues right?
And then from there, once you met the people and people know you and know you by name, then it's so much easier. Then it's your pick basically. Who do you want to join?
Okay, and then generally what are the commitments like? I mean, you join a team, right? So what are your commitments to your team?
It depends on the team itself. It depends on how aggressive or how committed the team is as well to the events that they want to play. Definitely, if you're thinking of playing multiple events, then you have to be training quite regularly. Maybe you're thinking like every alternate week or even every week to come down, do some drills, play together, get the team synergy going, and and put in that time to train as a team.
Yeah, so commitment and time is important, I feel.
Yeah.
Because without commitment, even if you have a lot of time, sometimes you don't want to be at the field, you want to be doing something.
So we had a charge forward by the SPS team, but he didn't make it, and the SCDF manages to hit the buzzer.
Yeah, the SCDF group seems to, you can hear them supporting their teammate who are playing in the field.
Being able to
really
defend.
hear them cheer. So yeah, I think what you say is half right, but I still feel that everyone must be proactive if they want to be part of the team. And of course, if you want to market yourself, then there are a few things that you can do. First, you don't want to be a liability to your team. So you first need to make sure that you already have gotten all the necessary gear that you have to play paintball. That's one. If not, you'll be always coming for practice and say, hey, can I borrow a loader? Can I borrow a knee pad? Can I borrow a jersey? And that is sometimes, I wouldn't say very much frowned upon. It's just that you should be taking care of yourself in terms of essential equipment to play the game. Then once you have all of those already, the next thing that you should do is, of course, then to commit. And commitment is difficult because, everyone has different priorities, and sometimes paintball is not just the top list of the things that you want to do in your checklist during weekends, especially. So then you also need to spend some time committing to training, keeping yourself fit. It's a whole lot of work, actually, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, like, if not for me already being in my team, I would think that it's very difficult for a player to find a team.
It's a bit of a steep curve. It's a bit of a steep curve that going from nothing, like knowing nobody and not playing anything to join a team and playing competitively.
But I've seen a few players who know nothing about paintball who came, and then slowly they get better and better, and then now they are also, of course, they belong to part of a team. A good example will be, I don't know, Fabian. Fabian started not knowing how to play paintball, but now he's playing in Division 1, one of the best players in Singapore. We have quite recently Hunter Barnes.
Yep.
Right, so they don't know how to play paintball, but over time they get better, and of course it's really down to being committed in the game. Okay, so the next game, just breaking out, is the SPS, the Prison Force.
No, ICA.
Oh, sorry, the name has not been changed yet, so we're going to change the name of the team. It's ICA.
ICA versus SPS.
Against the prison service.
Outside, please.
Right now we see ICA on the attack. Oh, why is there a player running backwards? So points go to the SPS team. Next one is Singapore Police Force SPF versus SCDF. This is definitely the duo of the day. These two teams are performing really well.
有 casualty 在里面啊，有 casualty 在里面。这个 49。Let's go, 10. 3, 2, 1, 10 seconds.
Right, so Singapore Police Force versus SCDF. SCDF on the attack, pushing up into the middle.
The player at the car wash is shooting quite a fair bit of paints. I think he's shooting at the tall tower on the snake side, and obviously there's someone hiding there. He's really looking and and wondering, like, is he not coming out? I think that's the mind, the thoughts that are going through his head. I'm shooting at him. Why is he not coming out? Quite obvious, right? If you're shooting at someone, why would he want to come out?
Exactly. Of course it's not coming out. You're shooting at
so
me.
he shoot, and then he thought, is he not coming out? I think when
did I get him?
When you want to shoot someone, there are a few things you can do. Of course, when you're shooting someone, you're asking them that, hey, look, I'm here. Okay? So don't expect them to come out.
Yeah, but isn't that the point actually? You shoot someone to make him go in so they can move forward.
Yeah, but that's why a lot of times the game has been so much misunderstood by a lot of players. They felt that by shooting is, well, they want to shoot to try and get you out, but they're shooting so much that there's no way that you don't want to come out, and therefore it's limiting their chance of shooting at you. I think you have to see it from the other perspective, and that is, if I'm shooting at you, that means I can do a lot more other things because I managed to suppress you. So I can either communicate, I can talk, I can move, I don't know, they can do a lot of things. But if you're just shooting and not moving up, then there's really nothing much you can do except to watch for the game to unfold. Okay, and you can see the player from the SCDF side crawling up to Snake. He's moving up to 6 center already. Right, very army style like crawl. My sergeant will call
very
me
well.
like, Ben! Prone and crawl. Oh! And he moved up and then he did a kamikaze. I think he got shot. He got shot like hell. He got shot like hell while
And
trying
he
to do a
trade off.
kamikaze.
He managed to trade off. He got one player at least.
He didn't read the game. Actually, he got a good advantage.
Yeah, he was such in a good spot, but he chose to just get out and
He could
run.
take one player out at a time.
Mm-hmm.
But instead, he decided to do the kamikaze YOLO run. Can I put more words into this? Kamikaze YOLO mad dash. Kamikaze YOLO amazing mad dash. And then he got centered by 3 players, and of course they let him taste a bit of their pains.
So that game ended in running out of time, right?
Yeah, in a tie. The game ran out of time. I think both teams didn't want to give up the game. It's also a game to watch. SCDF against SPF. Which is the better home team.
And we are actually going to play these two teams again, switching sides.
Oh, I got it already. Thanks. I got a drink already. Thank you. Yeah. So the next game, let's update the
updated
team they are playing. Oh, so it's a back-to-back game.
Yeah.
All right. So it's SCDF against the SPF. In the earlier game, it became a tie. In the 5v5 game, each team got a point. So this game will be the critical one, unless it's a tie again. Right, because it's like one game each. Each team has got 1.5 point each.
Against each other, lah.
Against each other, of course. Let's see which team has the upper hand. SCDF is crossing up the field. I can see them having 2 players sitting right at the tall tower and doing a cross up. Likewise, over here in the police, it seems to be adopting the same strategy though. Not so much of shooting. I can't hear any shooting now. Maybe they all want to save. Anyway, are they playing? How many paints are they playing on?
A hopper ball.
A hopper ball. Okay, so a hopper ball means that they are playing one loader. So just a loader pot of paints.
We see someone entering into the
player
snake.
making a move up the snake. He's making a slide, running down the center, and really crawling all his way up. You can see him crawl. Wow, that's a big move. He's going to shoot over the kick. Oh, too bad. 2 little shots. Oh, yes. Wow. Well done. If you can see that shot, he got him. Now he's coming out for the other guy on the opposite tower.
Seems to be no communication on the SPF side. Oh, he gets hit in his loader.
Too bad. Yeah, he got shot on the mask.
No, on the gun. And hit the loader.
And his loader. Yeah. I thought it'd be a much better move if he can continue to. He's shooting very conveniently, like one at a time. But if he blasts it away, I'm sure he'll be able to get the player better.
Yeah, he only saw a very small portion of the guy, and he tried to go for the little bit. And
he's not blasting him. He's like 1, 2, 3. He's not going like pop.
Yeah.
He's treated as like a machine gun.
Oh, well done. For what now? Clearing up house.
Is that for what?
Yep, that's for what. Shooting 2 players and hitting the buzzer. Well done.
So SCDF won SPF. Convincingly.
Very
The field is so
convincingly.
quiet. They didn't really talk much in the field.
Yeah.
I think they are not trying to, like, they don't want to give away their position.
Okay, next two teams, SPS, Singapore Prison Service versus ICA, Immigration Checkpoint Authority. We are at game number 20, another 4 games to the end of the event.
So what advice do you have for players who wants to buy their own equipment?
Well, buy what you need. Buy one of each. I've seen players that would buy like 2 masks or 3 masks in the beginning, but then not have like knee pads. I don't understand why.
Yeah.
But yeah, buy one piece of each at least, and basically you do need everything eventually, but definitely your first one would definitely be your mask, so that you know you protect your own face with, and you got your own personal mask, and then next would be maybe your knee pads, arm pads, maybe your pants, and then like a jersey, and then there'll be loader and tank. But yeah, basically do your research, know what you're buying, make sure whatever you buy fits, make sure it's comfortable. You can check out Paintballers World, which is the shop here in Singapore.
My advice is totally different from Dom.
What is your advice? Let us know.
My advice is there are a lot more other players out there who has already played the game, who has already retired from the game, who has already stopped playing.
Oh, that's
so
true.
My advice is to go and look out for all these used items that the players wants to forgo and buy them at a very cheap price. I've seen players who come to the store, buy a very expensive mask, and then when you ask him, like, hey, when are we going to see you at the field? Oh, I got no money for the games already. So he got his mask, and then God knows what he do with the mask back home. But you never see him at the field because he spent all his money on the mask. So I think
that is true.
I think what we need to do is to get everyone to find a good balance. I mean, I'm not saying that you cannot buy an expensive mask or a good mask for yourself. You can, but definitely buy something that is suitable for your game. One of the example that I can say is some of these companies, paintball companies, they make fantastic masks, and it's not expensive. It doesn't break your bank. You know, you don't need a special mask feature. Then don't buy it. Right? Buy something that's suitable, something that's standard, something that's safe to use. Oh, paints are splatting out after that bunker move.
Yeah.
So buy something that's safe for use, and then just use it. You know, don't care about brand, don't care about the. Of course, you have to care about the condition when you, because you're buying a mask. But don't break your bank because you want to buy something that is expensive, and then leave no money for yourself to play the game. So the game ended with a mad run down the snake side. And of course, not just a mad run, but basically taking players out as the runs complete. Okay, the next two team. In fact, it's getting hot here. It's getting very, very stuffy as well. But the good thing is the game is also going to end soon. Right, so we are now... We now have SCDF against the prison service. This is the last fourth game, if I'm not wrong, to the end of the event. And SCDF has been coming out very strong. We're seeing some action over here at the in the center of the field. I think that's Asmi, if I'm not wrong, running to the center. And then of course they do have another player on the Dorito side as well. So the way they run, they are basically forming like a arrowhead. I call it the apex. So when you have the apex, it's important. Apex means you have, you know, like you form a letter A, right? You have one player in the center, and then you have two players at the side. So when you have one player in the center, it is important for the side players to actually run up to match up to the center player, forming a horizontal eye. There you go. So now I can see them forming a horizontal eye. You can see it from the Dorito player, as well as the player in the middle. That to me is a horizontal eye. And of course, when you get a V shape, where you have the two side players moving so far forward, and the center player moving at the back, then it'll be easy for the center guy to move up to the center, because obviously if you have two guys up in the front, then the sides are going to be controlled, because everyone is going to shoot at the sides, which leaves you a lot of room to move down from the center. So players need to understand how they can adopt different strategy moving into the game with an inverted V or inverted A shape. Okay, sounds a little bit complicated lah. You might not be able to visualize that.
Yeah,
I
think you need
I might bore you as well, but don't worry. You know, I like come to me, talk to me whenever you're free. I'm always at the field on Sunday, and then we can definitely tell you a little bit more about how the game is can be played, giving you the different strategy that are involved. There are so many things that you can do in the field. Like recently, I saw on a YouTube one of the Russian players, Bernikov from Russian Legion. He tried to bait a player out by throwing a pot.
Oh
at
yeah. You showed me that one.
Yeah, I thought that was
really interesting. Yeah,
that was very smart. Can you imagine how fast this game is going on? And at that time, he even has this thought of doing that trick just to lure his players to move so that he can shoot him. Although it was not successful, right? The player obviously didn't took the bait. But things like that, it's very amazing to see players doing these moves, even though they are in a fast intensity game.
Yeah, but you definitely gotta be quite a experienced player to be able to pull something off like that. I definitely know of one person that is king of this kind of trickery, and that has to be Asmi.
Asmi, is it?
Yes, Asmi is always he always has something up his sleeve. He'll do something funny. He will distract his opponent by doing something funny, and it's always very entertaining to watch on the field.
I think there was one he tried to do a dead man walking.
Is it?
Yeah. he suddenly stood up, went to the side, walked by the tape line, and then as he went down, he started shooting everyone. We really like to see what's going in his mind, what's going through in his mind. While we are thinking of killing him, I might be thinking of eating McDonald's.
But as I say, you gotta be really advanced in your playing to be that calm. You're so calm, you understand what's happening all around you that you can think of other things to distract the player. Because for me, I'm definitely not at that stage. I'm tense. I'm tense in a gunfight, which I think most of the players are usually as well. You're tense.
Kanchong, is it?
Yeah, you're kanchong. You're trying to dodge.
So when you're kanchong, you cannot think.
Yeah, you cannot. It's not you cannot think, but you only think on. Right now, right here, no, I'm trying to shoot this person, someone is trying to shoot at me. I can't think, oh, this person is trying to shoot me, I'm trying to shoot this person, but I'm going to try to throw my pot over here to distract the other person so I can move up to the left. Cannot, too many things already. There's too many things to think about.
You remind me of my sergeant telling me, die already, cannot think, is it?
Cannot.
Huh? Soldier!
Cannot, yeah, and then on top of everything of that, there's that fatigue of being in the field in the hot sun and running around. So yeah, definitely not at that level. Points two?
Police.
Alright, so points to Singapore Police Force.
Yeah,
Next game.
police. The snake guy shoot all 3 players.
Well done.
Yeah, all by himself. In my prime, I shot all 5 players.
Your own 5 is it?
My own 5 players, that's right.
Game on!
Game on, I shot 2, and then, no, I shot 1, and then I shot myself, and then I wipe it off. So 5 players all get called out. That was the fastest.
You shot 2, means you 3, then means you utang 1 more player.
I shot 1, I shoot myself, and I wipe.
So you shoot 1 first, so that's 4 players. Okay.
That's how I shot 5 players. Yeah.
Alright, so this is the second last game. SCDF versus ICA.
Let's go, 10! 3, 2, 1, 10 seconds!
We're going to come to the end of the event. This is the second last game already. And for those guys who are watching with us, thank you so much for tuning in. If there's anything that you'd like us to improve on this webcast, please let us know. Help us to share the webcast as well, so we know that you have enjoyed the webcast and we know that you have been watching. And of course, to anyone else who are out there watching this game, and if you are thinking about organizing a tournament for your department, or it could be a inter-army game or inter-St. John's or inter-hospital game.
Yeah.
Or whatever inter games.
Inter-school,
no, I mean like not in any inter games. Come look for us, okay? We'll give you some advice on how you can organize an event like that. And put it on the webcast so that everyone can watch, and we'll keep it as entertaining as possible. So on behalf of the organizing committee, thank you so much for watching the home team inter-unit game.
Home team paintball games.
Yeah, the home team paintball games. So yeah, it's too many. Does it sound all the same?
Yeah, it sounds all the same.
We have to be. Yeah, let's say live here. Okay, maybe next time we'll think of how we can make each event unique, in a sense that they have different naming conventions, maybe, or even keeping it like small, like call it the HGP or you know HGC. So it's like it's easier instead of being very mouthful. But over here, I think the ICA guys, Kai is in the stick. Very experienced player. He played for Team Skin in the open division. And he also played for Elite Tier. He was started playing with Elite Tier from Division 3, and slowly he's playing a little bit more. I always liked his style of play. I always thought that Kai is definitely one good player to watch. He has the physical attribute to playing in the snake position. Wow, and he took the SCDF. Look at that, 2 players. E-Boy and Kai.
Well
teammates.
done.
They are both teammates, by the way. Well done. Well done.
So points to ICA.
Okay, and the fun doesn't stop here, okay? Even though it's the last game, the fun doesn't stop here because tomorrow, which is Sunday, it's of course the Sunday skirmish day where everyone will come down and skirmish paintball. So I'm looking forward to doing that again this week. Hope to see. It has become like a weekly affair that everyone will come down and then we will go and play paintball. And then right after playing paintball, we will eat. So the last few weeks we have been eating, playing and eating. I think we have eaten tender fresh laksa. That's 1 week. Then the following week we ate KFC.
Oh, hello.
And then after that we ate prata.
Inter-energy game. Now got 12 more energy company coming out. Do you heard the news on radio?
Oh yeah.
Energy game
Inter-energy game.
Inter-energy games.
Other than Singapore Power.
Yep, that's right. And then last week, no, the week before we ate laksa.
Like they know.
And then last week we ate tom yum, the lobster tom yum.
Wow, where?
At Bukit Timah.
Oh.
So in fact, if I think about it, we have been eating for the last 5 weekends, man.
No, which is nothing wrong. You still need to eat your lunch.
Yeah, I mean, of course I have to eat my lunch, but most of the time after my game, I don't eat that much. But now it has become like a weekly affair. Hey, where should we go? So it's like playing at the same time eating. I think that is like add a little bit of enjoyment to the Sunday.
Bonding.
At least you feel like, okay, whatever you have done and worked out in the field,
you deserve
it, and then you reward yourself with lobster tom yum soup. Or
deserve it.
Mutabak, mega mutabak. No, mega, was it the mega roti john or mega mutabak? They ate that after the All-Star game.
Right, last game, SPF, Singapore Police Force versus SPS, Singapore Prison Service.
3, 2, 1, 10 seconds!
So they do stay tuned. Once the games are over, we'll be shifting the camera to see the prize presentation. Of course, there'll be a tabulation of the scores as well to see who made it all the way to the top. I haven't looked at the score, so I actually don't know what's the standing, but definitely SCDF and the police force seem to be winning a lot of games, so I definitely would see them up in the podium somewhere. Here we see the police force now trying to clinch the last few points. Let's see whether they can do this. Switch now to the Dorito side. We see what's happening. We see a player sitting down. Not sure what happened, but he's back up and is looking for someone to shoot. He's past the 50s. That will be the SPS, the Singapore Prison. Dives to the side, still staying alive. Referee going in to check on him. Police loses a player on the snake side. And we see the prison slowly advancing on the Dorito side as well. And in the center as well, there's another prison player, SPS player. Let's see whether we can spot where the police player is. So yeah, we're looking, I think, the last player left in the police side, police team. Well done, Singapore Prison Service.
Yep, that's right. They took the game in their hand and emerge the winner against the Singapore Police Force. So we have come to the end of the 3 versus 3.
3 versus 3.
And of course the 5 versus 5 game that we had in the morning. We're going to shift to the prize presentation. Is that right?
Yep.
Okay, and once again, thank you for tuning in. This is Ben.
And this is Dom.
We'll see you the next time. Bye.
Bye.
Hey, where's Z?
Okay, stay tuned. I'm shifting the camera. It's gonna go black for a while.
Don't go up. Don't go off. Don't go off. We're gonna show the prize presentation.
Ahmad. Okay guys, I think first and foremost I would like to thank you guys for coming over for this Home Team Games 2018 paintball. Thank you very much guys for coming over. Louder, okay, finish with this.
So okay, it was a tough fight between the 5v5. I will give you the 5v5 result, 3v3 result, and I'll give you the overall result. Alright? So bear with me. So for the 5v5, fourth position, third runner up will fall to SPS with a total of 2 points. Second runner up will fall to SPF with 8 points. In second position, first runner up will be ICA with 10 points. For in first position will be SCDF for 13 points. It was a close fight between SCDF and ICA on 5v5. So for the 3v3, in fourth position will be SPS for committed of 6 points. And in third position will be SPF committing of 7 points. So in second position, ICA also committed of 9 points. Okay, for in first position, SCDF 13 points altogether. So for the standing it is slightly different. So in fourth position, okay, just to let you know guys that the collection for the medals is first to third, alright? But there is also participation points for those agencies that participate in these Team Games. It's also accumulated. So you can collect a medal on the 4th of October at HTA. Okay, 4th October HTA, if you are available. No medals today, I think. Okay, alright. So, say likewise, so anyone available, you can collect. So, in 4th position would be SPS with 8 points total. SPS. In 3rd position would be SPF. Okay, we can see 15 points. In 2nd position will be ICA, committed of 19 points. And SCDF committed 26 points in 1st position. So it was a good run for SPF, dominating the game for 2 years. Champion 2 years. Okay. Thank you for giving us away. So this SPF got 3rd position. Okay. So I would like to thank you all for coming over to support this event itself. Hopefully you can ask other agencies like HTA, CNB, anyone other agencies to come over and do our event. Okay, but before we go off, I think it is proper that we do a closing photo. Alright, before we do a closing photo, let's Vincent.
Okay, anyway, guys, thank you so much for participating in the Hoping Challenge. Can we give here a round of applause for organizing this event for us? Okay, if you guys have more interest, with regards to speedball, paintball in competitively, okay, do get your information from either myself or Zahid. We have a membership that's running, entitle you to buying a case of paint, and there's other benefits that you can train regularly every weekend at our field. Okay, Zahid is one of the coaches. If you guys want to know more from, of course, learn from him, learn from the best. Okay, if not, thank you so much. I hope you guys have a fun time today, and it's a competition, but I think the friendship and the camaraderie is there. Okay, guys? If not, thank you. So, let's have a final group photo right at the banner.
So whatever happens in the field, stays in the field, okay? Don't bring outside, Scott. Okay, later outside don't talk so much, okay? Okay, thank you very much. So whatever is in the field, stay in the field. Okay, anyway, before I go off, I think it's very important that I already talked to some of the main guys, but everybody needs to know this. There is funding to be dispensed every year, and how you approach the funding need to be proper. So if you have any ideas for next year, if you want to join local competition, okay, or even overseas, or even want to bring your team for training, like what Vincent mentioned, you want to learn about paintball, alright, there are platforms that we can use to introduce paintball, okay? It is good, like for example, I mean, I love to play paintball, but I don't play today because I need more people to join from an agency or other agencies to join. So allowing others also give opportunity to play the game, okay? it is not about winning medals or winning positions. It's about introducing the sport, the paintball sport. Okay, so like I said again, I always emphasize that we used to have paintball as a recreational sport, but now it is a sport, a categorized as a sport, a main core sport in our home team agency. Even now, they are thinking about sending people to play overseas for our like World Firefighting Games or World Police Games. Okay, so thank you very much for your support. Before we go, we will take a group photo, then we do hit hooray. Okay? Thank you. Come, let's go. Come. Come guys, take photo. Okay, I need your group photo. Come, everybody take over here, inside. Sini. Come here lah, don't be scared. No shy.
Orang betul lah, sakit awak cari aku. Siapa tembak aku tadi? Nanti kat luar, jumpa kat luar. Main dah tadi. Tak, itu kan itu yang lagi jatuh. Snake jatuh.
Guys, lastly, I think I want to thank all the referees for being a hot stand. 24 games, not easy, especially for Ben who cannot walk. Hey, Apui. So, thank you Ben for being the head coach. I think he did a good job. Yeah. Head ref, sorry, head ref. My bad. So, okay.